Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's FailRace episode with that Scotty guy on GTA 5 in their garage wandering around. Turns out you can climb on top of the Formula 1 car, which is unusual. You can't sort of climb over your vehicles in the garage, although there's probably a reason for that. Because, well, it might fall over. The game was not happy with climbing on the Formula 1 car and has decided that the punishment should be an upside-down Formula 1 car in your garage. How very FailRace indeed. Shooter up next on Watch Dogs is driving around, heading onto a bridge. Tries to go sort of alongside an AI car, doesn't quite realise there's a sticky out bit of guardrail there, hits it, spins the car, gets it almost Austin Powers. It's not quite. There is just enough movement in the vehicle that with a little bit of, about an 8-point turn, a little bit of bumping and shunting, you can get the vehicle free. Almost very, very well parked. Almost very well parked indeed. Up next, Furbinator on the Crew 2 is driving by. I'll be honest, a bike against a police car is not really the best of ideas, although this is not the outcome that I was expecting. I'm going to be honest. Yes, trying to bump a police car out of the way is never likely to go all that well for the bike, but it doesn't normally end up in a flying bike. If I'm honest with you, we'll just do some front flips on the way down. Actually just, well, kind of sticks the landing, sort of phases through the floor a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I've seen vehicles ping off in the Crew, never quite seen that sort of height. That is rather impressive indeed. Up next, we have Gliska on Horizon 4. Coming out of an event, and the game not really knowing where to put the Ultima. I mean, this is not really the best sort of sporting point for the car. Now, these sort of props are destructible, but you do need a little bit of momentum to destroy them, and because the car's being spawned in the centre of this little circle, I guess maybe a little demonic circle for the Ultima, it is doomed to be stuck between all of the lights. Although more weird spawning. This from Sparkitty is at the festival site, if you like. It goes into Forza Vista, and it's all a bit weird. It sort of found itself in... I don't remember the old game Limbo. It was a cool game, sort of cool art style, and I think we've found a cut of ignoring the party going on. It's not quite within the spirit, but everything else, it does feel very Limbo-esque going on. It's very, very peculiar. Not seen this particular weirdness occur on Horizon 4 before, but there we go. Bad Toad is up next on Wreckfest. Now, the Deathloop can certainly be plenty crazy enough, and I mean, there's the normal amount of Wreckfest carnage going on currently. However, the player can't decide where to go, ends up trying to bail out of the loop at the last second, gets punted into the signpost. Now that is how you Austin Powers a car. It's not going to be getting out there anytime soon. We move next on to a Trackmania Turbo at a little bit too much speed, ending up in a signpost. Not ideal, is rather going to ruin your run. The car sort of pings off the signpost, lands on its side, and then proceeds to roll down the road while still perfectly on its side. It's well parked. Well, it is parked. I say well parked. It's kind of still a bit in the middle of the road, but well balanced, perhaps, is the better way to put it. I move next on to Rally Trophy, an older PC game. Can't say I've ever heard of this one before, but it's not just in the dirt games that you have the big rolls and recovery. Just about any rally game, yep, you can go for. It's a rather crisp, rather well done roll to carry on. The Alfa Romeo still going. I mean, this is quite a fast stage by the looks of it. It's taken a little bit of a while to get it kind of back together again, but yeah, a high-speed roll, no real time lost. Speaking of rolls, Welsh Toast on R Factor 2, racing cars, well, racing NASCARs where they should normally be raced at, and funnily enough, things go quite badly wrong. Yes, you did see one car just fall through the floor. Now this would be a mod for R-Factor. I think it's a sort of a classic Monaco layout. Turns out these cars, and there's a curb that does some nasty things to them. One of the cars up ahead goes for a big roll. I mean, this one here gets contact from another vehicle. That's what kind of gives it a fair bit of grief as it lands in the buildings. Further back, we have a car actually that went over, I say without any other assistance, just off of the curb, bounced around on somebody's roof before landing on its wheels. And it wasn't just Monaco that had trouble with these either. No, Adelaide, I mean, this curb is quite nasty at the best of times, but it turns out with the NASCAR, yeah, that's going to go over as well. Again, got a little bit of assistance in this one, kind of got squeezed against the wall, squeezed someone against the wall that kind of flipped it over. It does land on its wheels and less tumbling this time out, but it turns out, yes, racing these around other circuits can be a little bit a little bit dangerous. Tracks they're not supposed to go around. There's a lot of tumbles actually in that one. But yeah, one of the cars up ahead got on two wheels a little bit, but not too bad. Although even more tumbles for a gym lad on Autumn of Lister. So he goes to pause the game, or thinks to pause the game. Let's go to the control. Realise I haven't. The car smacks into the wall pretty hard. I think this is a Hockenheim, classic Hockenheim circuit, at one of the chicanes, and that is unbelievably quick rolls going on in that one. I mean, it's so quick, it'd be very, very difficult to even be able to keep track of it. So yeah, come into the braking zone, think they paused the game, they actually haven't. You see the car just kind of goes straight here as it pings off the wall. But yeah, it's just this sticky out bit of wall, and that's such a violently quick roll. In fact, the thing kind of bounces around in a really weird way as well, having had the wheels ping off of it. I wonder how many rolls it would have gone had it not kind of immediately stopped when it hit the floor. And finally, we move to a beam engine drive. Douglas is driving a gasser-style vehicle, trying to go for some speed, and, well, there's a crash. Just gets things a little bit wrong, clips a rock. Now, nothing unusual about this. If you've played Beam, if you've driven around this bit of the Utah map at high speed, there's a good chance you probably had a similar crash somewhere. There are rocks in those bits. However, the unusual thing is what it's done to the rear axle. Something is not happy in this car whatsoever, because it's doing a little dance. And this carries on. This carries on. I mean, you saw it, the back of the car got lifted up actually at one point. I think what's happened is possibly in the crash, a bit of the suspension's got sort of buckled in such a way that it's sitting in a weird way, and the axle doesn't quite know how to react with it. We saw it a little bit with the Driven to Destruction cars. You could occasionally, though never to this sort of extent, you sort of stay stationary. It's obviously got kind of enough movement on its own just to lift the car up and over, and now it's going to flail around on the underside. I think maybe like the leaf springs maybe got like caught the wrong side of the axle, and the game doesn't know what to do. Or maybe one side's got caught the wrong side. It's having a fun little dance over here. It's having a very fun little dance, spinning around on its roof now. It does calm down, and then it chews up a wheel and spits that one out as well. I'm going to go with that's probably a write-off, and you probably want to leave the haunted car alone. Just leave that there. We're not going to worry about the haunted gasser again. For the best, really. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via our forums. There's a link in the description. At the very top of the page is the FailRace clip submission section, and in there you can find all of the rules and how to submit them. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.